Throughout the pandemic, I've longed for a way to give people a taste of my style. Well, after 8 years of being in a progressive rock band called On the Line and releasing an album called Color Tour, I think I got some pretty good experience with learning how to write progressive rock sort of songs with the odd time signatures. And the psychedelic, trippy parts. And all of that. But what excites me the most is when a song has those elements, but it's weaved in there in a more subtle way so that it feels more natural. Don't get me wrong, I love me some wacky time signatures that just sound off. But I like the ones that are harder to notice, the ones where you listen to the chord progression and it sounds completely natural, but when you go in to try to learn it, you realize that it's in an odd time signature, or that there's something weird about the key or something like that. That excites me more than anything else. My style of music primarily comes from more old school progressive rock bands like Pink Floyd and Rush, but with an added flair of some more modern styles like maybe Andy Schaaf or some modern production elements. For the last 6 months, I've been writing for my first solo EP, which I guess you could say is a progressive rock style of music, but it's a little bit different from the more spacey, psychedelic stuff I did with On the Line. A bit more focused compositionally, I would say. It's gonna take a while for it to come out, and that's just because of the time it takes to produce a prog rock EP. But since it's going to be a while before that comes out, I have been trying to find a way for me to get stuff out sooner for everybody, and I think I might have found it, actually. Since it's going to take a while for that to finish, I decided to work on making some lo-fi music as a bit of a side project, if you will. My favorite lo-fi music is called Jazz Hop, or there's another one called Jazz Noir. That kind of music is usually the more moodier type of music that's typically associated with, rainy streets in the dead of night, this lonely city kind of thing. The kind that has the smoky bar with the grizzled detective in it. There's an entire subgenre of that kind of lo-fi music that I've been just addicted to for the last couple of years. My first single I released under the LoFi Jazz Hop Series is called 3:15 a.m., which can be found on all streaming platforms, as well as on my YouTube channel, Tiberius. But I plan on releasing many more songs in that genre in the near future, so keep an eye out for that as well. If you're looking for updates on my new music or whatever documentaries I might be working on, you can find me on Instagram at TiberiusV, as well as on my Facebook and YouTube at Tiberius as well. I think that's the best place you'd be able to find the most up-to-date info on what I'm working on. Well, I hope that everybody enjoys 3:15, and I hope everybody stays tuned for new music when it comes out in the near future. Thank you to everybody for, taking the time to listen.
Gentlemen, let's broaden our Lawrence. I can't like this for long. The skulls, the bodies, you give it all such a glow, and we don't know if it's art. But I like it. I make art until someone dies. See? I am the world's first fully functioning homicidal artist.
It's dark and spooky too. We get to have some fun, go to the kill room.
This is what you were talking about earlier. This is the part where I die.